It's all just how you write it. You can have the most tropey story, the most campy story. Resident Evil 4 Remake is campy, is it not? But it's written in a way that it's really good. I think part of it comes down to understand your material.
We have so much to talk about. Okay, not going that way.
Just put a G in front of that. Almost looks like Glock. So I have a lot of contention from a biological standpoint when it comes to that chainsaw dude. I think he's a cool concept. I think his model's great. I think he was just delivered in the wrong fashion, or a fashion which just suspends my disbelief long enough that I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Much as, you know, is Wesker really dead at the end of RE5?
Really? 3 separate passcodes? Can't get in without 3 passcodes.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we had to do this segment. I forgot they kind of recycled it. But see, this guy, he's got yellow eyes, right? Meaning that this guy, maybe? This guy should be transforming. Oh, hey, look, they got that whole wireless thing. Campy is good, but it's not campy in my opinion. It's not campy, and that's the issue. Like, Resident Evil 4, I feel, is self-aware to a degree. I think this game takes it too seriously. And like, this can be a serious game, but also campy as well. Like, there's ways to run that. Where everyone go bingo. Right, exactly. Or I actually really liked Old Sadler over New Sadler. Old Sadler was, you know, Mr. Kennedy, the American hero come to what was it? The American hero come to save the damsel in distress. That only works in your Hollywood movies. And I'm like, oh my god, Sadler is so campy in this, and I love him. Like, oh, I actually do miss Old Sadler. I think New Sadler, I understood the direction they took him. I did not like him, if that makes sense. I thought Old Sadler was way better, but I actually New Krauser grew on me. It took me a minute, but after just like, yeah, no, he sounds like Biff Tanner from Back to the Future if he joined the Marine Corps and spoke several packs a day, right? Like once I had to really look at that and had to rationalize it, it was fine. Like I honestly didn't have an issue with New Krauser.
That way.
But he is something I will admit had to grow on me. Or a bit too much to going with the action. Well, so that's actually the opposite of what people have said. And I think Angry Joe has gone on a number of episodes. I might go through his backlog actually. That might be fun to react to. Angry Joe older videos. That might be fun. I might shoot him an email first saying, hey, you know, I would like to react to your stuff. I think that you bring a lot of good points to the table. But no, I think that... So the issue is that Resident Evil 5 and 6 leaned into the action way harder than RE4. It's sure there's body horror that's present, but that's like saying Dead Space 2 and Dead Space 3 leaned into the horror more than 1. No, 1 is the horror. Really, it's a thriller game because you can fight back, right? Something like Alien Isolation is a horror game. Something like Outlast 1 is a horror game. Dead Space, for all intents and purposes, is a thriller. Just try to wait out this segment? What's happening? You guys had to wait out that segment. So that was a lot of people's issues, and that's why a lot of people actually liked RE7. Not because it was like really faithful or anything. It's because it was a return to horror. Resident Evil 7, for all intents and purposes, I felt it was very Outlast. Resident Evil 7, as much praise as it gets, is not my favorite Resident Evil. I don't even rate it in my like top 5 because it's not my thing. I also don't like a lot of what they bring together, like bringing the whole, you know, welcome to the family, son, Southern Bayou, fucking, you know, hillbilly horror story. I don't like that. It's not. I'm not into that. Especially because it's a really awful trope. Like, you know, you live in the South, you're a hillbilly, you know, horror story ensues, right? It's just a really bad trope to me. But someone else might have a completely different view on that, right? And that's completely fine. Resident Evil 7 was a return to horror for the series. Think of 6, right? This is an action game, right? Yes, I'm running infinite ammo, but this is an action game. The body horror is here, but that is second to the action sequences. You don't see Resident Evil 7, Resident Evil Village. Well, Village, we'll go back to that in a second. Resident Evil 7 doesn't really have a sequence of, oh, well, you're swinging on cranes and stuff because there's this chainsaw mutant following you, right? No, it's you're fighting Jack Baker in the basement, right? And you're shoving a shovel through his head, right? Little different. These ones are yellow eyes because they're important. They have the passcodes. That's different then, because normally the yellow eyes in Chris's campaign, right? They are the ones that will transform, or at least transform most often. Back to the Future Telltale. I have not, no. What's up, dude? Hey, how's it going, Chips? Game for PC kept me experiencing RE5 with my buddy. My first actual played Resident Evil. I think Resident Evil 5 is great. And that's like, here's the thing. I can take all of any criticisms of 5, right? And I can really either just write them off, I can defend the game. I will also say, I get why people don't like Resident Evil 5. I get why people don't like Halo 5. Huh. Like, it just needs to be normalized on the internet. You can like different games. I would be incredibly disingenuous if I were to say RE5 is a perfect 10 out of 10 game and there's nothing wrong with it and everyone should enjoy it. I think that'd be a little misinformed of me. I think that would be a little disingenuous of me to say, because there are incredibly... Hey, how's it going? Because there are things about the games that people will not like. And that's fair. There are people, I don't know how these people exist, there are people that like Madden still. Like modern Madden. You people are just built different. I'm not going to ruin your enjoyment of the game, but I look at the business model for Madden and I'm just like, how? How does this company just keep railing you and you're fine with it? Someone could like FIFA. I don't get FIFA. It's not my thing. You mean I fucking complain about it now? I don't like World of Warcraft. I don't know. World of Warcraft is an interesting one because I haven't really played it. But, you know, saying someone, well, how can you enjoy World of Warcraft is a little disingenuous of me, right? You like what you like. That's fine. But the other half of that is acknowledging when there is something objectively wrong with your game, you know. Oh, come on. When there's something objectively wrong with your game, you can't turn a blind eye to it. Yeah, it's fine. It's like, I'm sure there's people out there that don't like the Lord of the Rings movies. It's like, nah, not my thing. I think it should be required watching because it is a masterpiece of film, in my opinion. And even if you don't like the fantasy aspect, the sci-fi aspect of it, you can still look at like, hey, this was someone who, you know, the base story was written by someone in World War I. Yeah, they might find something cool to it, especially if they're a history buff. Find some parallels to Tolkien's time in World War I, right? But there's people out there that aren't going to like Lord of the Rings, and that's completely fine. God, I am so low on healing items, it's not even funny. I think that's a that right there. That's a misstep of this game. I think that healing items are too few and far between, even on normal. So, that is something that I can come to the table with. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, gameplay. It's not even a story thing. Gameplay-wise, yeah, it's a little rough. This is the thing with game franchises. Well, you have to remember, there's people that are going to buy Call of Duty every single year, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, this is the best game, 10 out of 10 this year." And then I look at them and go, "My brother and Kaisar, your game is literally Modern Warfare 3 launched in an awful state. There were people saying that they needed to insert the Modern Warfare 2 disc to actually run the game. Like, that was an actual valid error. But, I mean, I'm not going to kill your enjoyment of it. I will reality check you, though. As I expect people to reality check me, right? Where if I were to say Halo 5, 10 out of 10 game. Actually, Kip, I think the movement was a little subpar in this capacity. While they wanted Spartan Charge to work and the ground pound to work, it really didn't in a multiplayer setting. You know what? Fair and valid point. Thank you for addressing that with me. Actually valid. Saying it's bad from the marketing material? Okay, we need to have a talk, though. Because every fucking game company does that. That is not a 343 Microsoft specific thing. No, I'm dead. That was way too fast. That was rough. I hate these things so much. I'm surprised we haven't seen these guys come back, actually. An Uber variant of this would be actually a really cool enemy, like a really cool recurring enemy. It's fine, I got full health on that. Like, think about it this way, right? Like, you know how, oh, Mr. X and Tyrant, Nemesis T-types, right? You know, we have all these recurring enemies, right? The Vertigo and the sewers for Resident Evil 4, right? Salazar's right hand. Think about it this way, right? You have the alpha, quote unquote, or legendary one of these, right? And it can, you know, infect corpses like you saw with Ada. Grats, now it just pops out. Now you have more of these to deal with. They're uber annoying. They are a pain in the ass to deal with. But I feel that you could actually make a really cool, like, enemy with them.
Can't a girl get 2 seconds to herself around here?
Nah. I actually like that 14 does that. They have a backlog of enemies that they can use. Go to a new area. Oh, that's an ice sprite. Oh, that's a fire sprite. Oh, that's a cerulean sprite. Oh, that's a Remora. Oh, that's a moth, right? Oh, that's a dragon, right? And they have this backlog of enemies that while they introduce new enemies, absolutely, they have a batch of enemies to pull from. Make them crawl on the ceiling. That would be cool. Yeah, make them lurkers from Dead Space. Do it.
Do to you?
Opinion on Star Ocean, integrity, and faithfulness. So here's the thing, is that you can just be like, look, I tried it. I get what it's trying to do. It's just not my thing.
When
and
I'll get to meet this doppelganger of mine.
Hey, El Pepper Grande, how's it going? Welcome to Game Talk. This game has failed to capture my interest with the Ada campaign, so thus we're just now game talking. You done the unreasonable? Did you put green olives on pizza? Because that sounds incredibly good right now, actually.
You're barking up the wrong tree. No time to explain, though.
You've seen it, cannot unseen. What have you seen and not unseen? What's happening?
Avoid these guys. Wonder if there's another way.
It's uncanny. I have no idea what you're talking about, but cool.
I prefer to stay out of the spotlight.
But being in that light is perfectly fine. Sus Amogus. And I do like Amogus memes. Chris just ate 3 things at 9 mil. That was rough. Think differently than right. And that's honestly, you could probably learn from Todd Howard, right? You could probably learn from Todd Howard how to do that. Man says just enough that he doesn't get in trouble, or as far as where he hasn't gotten in trouble. He says just enough that, yeah, that's technically true. Todd Howard, in my opinion, is a master of modern marketing. if that man no longer has a job at Bethesda, someone will snap him up, or someone probably should snap him up, because he will sell a product. He will fucking sell you the new Call of Duty. Those are bees. I don't want the bees. I don't want to deal with the bees.
More searchlights, huh?
Oh, fuck off. I don't even know where to go. No, we're moving. I don't care. Well, yeah, no, Mark. Design-wise, graphic design-wise, I could totally see that.
Security's pretty tight.
I love this man. Look, he's just what the fuck. Must have been the wind. Are you done yet? Your magazine's got to run out sometime. Oh, I need you to not be near me. I mean, quite literally, be enemy. First, the pizza is too tall to be together. Oh no. Just get a chef knife. Call it good.
Like cockroaches.
Honestly, outside of a pizza cutter, I use a chef knife for damn near everything. Work with them in kitchens. We'll never go back to not using them. They're so good. I mean, Walmart even has some cheap ones if you need one. Like, don't get me wrong, I have like actual like $100 chef knives. Love them. Was it? He's a 9.5-inch Dragonfire, I think, or it might be 13.5. I can't remember. It's been too. I have to look at it again. But it's an actual chef knife that is super good. It just clears cutting boards. It's awesome. Just toss the pizza up and cut it into slices with your katana. Don't do that. The oil would be rough.
No, that's not good enough. That's not Ada Wong. Why won't it work?
Combine the DNA sequence with the cocoon's biostructure.
Find another subject.
Use Carla for the next pass. She's a close match. Be careful what you say around her.
I don't want her catching on.
Yes.
Yes. This is it.
She may have left me, but now I have her back.
Hey, Simmons, he's so creepy.
Ada Wong.
He's so creepy.
Now I get it.
Have we done cutting it? Yeah, at that point, just go for gold. I mean, you have to clean it properly. That's, I don't know. I still wouldn't want oil on it. I also think it's disrespectful to the sword, but I also have a different philosophy when it comes to swords. Oh, hey, it's the weird boss time. I don't need blades. It just comes down to how I think it's disrespectful to the sword. Something like, I don't know, if you're cutting, say, a entire like pork shoulder, right, or like what is it, half of a pig, half of a cow, right, something like that, where you're testing out your skills and stuff. I don't know, it just, how do I word it? It just feels, for lack of a better word, weeby, if that makes sense.
Alpha team, this is HQ. We've confirmed that Wong was
That lady though,
telling the
I mean, yeah.
There's a fully armed aircraft carrier in open water not far from your location. Satellite imaging indicates they're getting ready to fire missiles on the mainland. It's imperative that you stop them from launching even a single...
I don't know how she fires it without a brace or a stock. That's got to be rough. A full auto 9mm.
Your hatred for Simmons drove you to tear down the world they created. But it was your conscience, Carla, that saw you fail. After all, isn't that why you brought me into this? It's a shame. If you had only sought vengeance against Simmons alone, I would have helped you. Get over yourself. Help me?
Still feel bad for her, chat?
I don't need help from anyone. My plans aren't failing. They're thriving.
And soon, this frail shell of a society will collapse.
After that, you know what will be left of this world? Nothing! Hell will rise, and chaos will reign!
Little strange. I think that line would have worked if we had more characterization on Carla personally.
Ada Wong will be queen of the new world!
I think people shit on this boss, but it's very reminiscent of Evelyn from 7.
You, but you're nothing but a cheap knockoff, at best. Rest in peace, Carla. She must have injected herself with a powerful dose of the sea virus.
Veronica for some reason. I can see it. From what little I know of Veronica, yeah. I don't like that it's clipping through the walls. If it was seeping through vents, it'd be a little different. the fact that it's clipping through walls is a little immersion breaking. But why that opening looking rather sus, though? What is it? Is that, what is her flashlight? Oh, I kind of want one of these. Look at that. Just mounted on her, like, you can probably have like a headpiece on the side of you for that. That'd be super cool. I would love one of those. Kind of reminds you of Evelyn a little bit, right? Breaking through the walls, not clipping. Right, it's the fact that it's clipping is the one. C-Virus is just no clip fucking command. And then obviously you see fucking hands reaching through. That's when you have to go down to one hand holding the control and you have the control stick on your palm and you just rotate it. God, fucking QTE moment right there, right? Ow. That's teeth. But yeah, see, that's just Resident Evil 7. That's just Evelyn. From where? Oh, I see. It's actually against the wall. Because it showcases, it has to teach you that you have to use liquid nitrogen to freeze it. To freeze her. The fact that this also, there was a lot of biomass. This would be very, very hot, actually. Very fucking humid. Because the amount of biomass that she had to create in such a short time is actually insane. Are you serious? Really? Awful. Some of these death scenes are rough. At least the checkpoints feel pretty fair. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm not looking forward to S ranking these on higher difficulties. I'm really fucking not. That's a guaranteed grab. Okay. Good to know. Okay, what am I doing wrong? So the issue with this game is it wants to railroad you into sequences like this. Like, that's fine, right? If you want to railroad you sequence, that's fine. But sometimes you just don't get the feedback that you need. Yeah, that's a grab again. Take a little bit of contention with that, but I mean... Ow. A little bit of contention with how that one ran, but I mean, it's whatever. Samurai in 14, love it. It's like my second most played class, I think. Well, probably third, because Tank and play Paladin and Warrior mostly now. But no, Samurai is my go-to DPS. I think it's great.
so big and yet so emotional. It's time for you to shut up.
Ow. This one, I do remember not having a lot of feedback. I think it's you have to shoot through her to hit the yeah, because then those build up and those shoot shit at you. Ow. I didn't even know that could hit me there. Yeah, I remember these dialogue lines. Yeah, I got stuck here for a minute when I initially played this. Kite the edge of the room. Ow. She has a couple harassers.
You're a pretender! Die, you fake! You're nothing! I am supreme. I will.
I think you are forced into using the 9mm here. Or at least something with a high fire rate.
Come back. I'll dine on your flesh and suck the marrow from your bones. I'm the real Ada. Me!
There's not much environmental feedback is the issue. You can tell, very dark room. So we're... hold up.
Come back. I'll dine on your flesh and suck the marrow from your bones. I'm the real Ada. Me!
This is the second time I've gone through this campaign, and this is the second time I've gotten stuck on this. For record.
You're a pretender!
Yes.
Die, you fake! You're nothing! I am supreme. I will survive.
Okay, so you eventually go down.
Come back.
I'm gonna wait for
I'll dine on your flesh.
all of those to come back.
The marrow from your bones. I'm the real Ada. Me!
I mean, I think that's the call.
You're a pretender!
Yeah, she's missing a rhino. So these are probably just for ammo drops then. They should have added some more voice lines, in my opinion. I think that that would have helped.
Come back. The marrow from your bones. I'm the real Ada. Me!
There we go.
I will survive.
I tried to Helldivers die by pressing B. That's not what that was. I don't think it's gonna let me shoot through. Like, you see that this is how this encounter gates you a little bit. Okay, good to know that will still hit me. Okay. I don't remember how this works.
Come back. I'll dine on your flesh and suck the marrow from your bones. I'm the real Ada. Me!
Because she just wanders around. I'm very curious to know, and I might actually look it up after this, how people fucking figure this out. I'm having a complete lack of feedback. Because I know that there's shit behind her. I killed both eyes. We've already done that. Tried killing shit around the edge of the arena. That's not doing anything. We still have one of these that just keeps spawning.
I'll dine on your flesh and suck the marrow.
There, right there. There. So really it comes down to just sheer volume of fire.
Now you've destroyed your body.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing. God, that lack of feedback is awful. I spend way too long in that room every time I play through this game because I always forget it. Kind of like the Kakarika Village chickens in No Creative Time. I always forget them. Nah, that was a little... I don't know. That doesn't leave a good taste in my mouth, so to speak. I think that that is an example of there's too much going on in the arena. There's too many mechanics that you've dealt with one or two times, right? Like you have to, oh, open the door by killing the two little boil things, right? Oh, and there's boils around the room. Okay, that might lead to it. And oh, hit the weak spot, hit the eyes. But neither of those really work. You just have to remember that there's the liquid nitrogen on the other side. And you just have to brute force your way through it. And that's the thing, grenade launcher doesn't work because of the rate of fire. 9mm might work. 9mm 5.56, one of those two. Hunting rifle wasn't piercing. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a well-designed encounter to me. it just doesn't seem like a well-designed encounter for me personally. So take that as you will. Take that as a, if you're studying game design, or say, you know, why does Resident Evil 6 not work while others take that fight in particular.